practice. This is what you want to practice. There are two basic shapes everybody's going to go for. Square and rectangle. Square and rectangle, those are the two basic shapes everybody's going to go for. So if you want to be slightly different, you can do the two rectangle or the square, but then just start cutting out corners and things. So the way you play with it, you start with looking at the top bird's eye view. So start off with your rectangle, and then just follow the shape through. So on this one, what we do is we knock the corner off. This one, if we want to, we can just round the corner. Yeah, so it's the same shape, but what's happened is I've gone and elaborated on the design a bit. So from the one rectangle, I've taken three shapes out of it. And what I do is I round over the corners slightly. So the health and safety, so that the people using the product are not likely to get hurt using our product. So we don't have this thing about, oh, claim, yeah? So let's keep the claim people off our case. Whatever we do, slide that, yeah? So your case is going to need a mold. That case you were looking at is going to need a mold. Alright, if you want to work on this one or any of those, so start off, if you do this,
how are your lines so straight?
Mr Miah is a pro. So good news for years. In 2005.
right.
Established.
When you got this, there's two ways to add to this. One, if you want to do the 1 point perspective, so you put if you're doing the 1 point perspective, put a line there, put your vanishing point, and just take those to the vanishing point. Yeah? Okay, or if you're going to do 45 degrees, you can still do the similar sort of thing. Do them parallel this time.
Same angle. So
Same.
you get extra marks.
It's really like a 1 mark.
You got, they are looking for 3D drawing, they're not looking for 2D, because the 3D drawing gives you more of the drawing. So if I draw this now, yeah, and then I finish it off, okay, now just to be on the sort of neatness side, I'm going to knock the corner off this. So there, and then look at this, I'm coming down on the side with an angle.
So should I get you rubber?
Give Mr Miah one for me.
I'm retired.
Right? So if you want a rubber, there's a rubber over there somewhere, where Aziz was sitting. Yeah?
Wait, right there. Look, it's right there, literally.
Why?
There was just one there in that box, is it?
Gives you a nice
There's a fairly long rubber there. I'm sure I've
Do
seen
you feel like
one.
you're in a professional atmosphere?
I'm sure I've seen the rubber there.
Mahi disagrees.
Who's got a rubber? Turn this off.
I need to turn up the
Thank you. Right. So, if you just do this now quickly, take a little bit of this off. So now you've taken, I showed you how to draw the one edge, and then you've just taken the lines at an angle, you've created the 3D drawing. Okay? Now, you can talk about, I think that thing has got LEDs on there. So if you say my output is going to be series of LEDs, so if you want to, you can put the LEDs in an array like this, and then put in marks.
Oh, you can do shape, can't you?
Yeah, you can do straight line shape, whatever you want. Mold made of MDF. If you want to explain what MDF is, you can. Okay, then you arrow it there. You would sort of go better than that. Draft angle. To allow the mold to be removed. Yeah, I don't know if it's right. Yeah, so that you can, then you can say put here LED and switch positions can be marked so when vacuum the shape comes through. Yeah, so when you vacuum form it, the shape's there, so you can just carry on drilling. You've got nothing to worry, you don't have to sit down and worry about it. Okay, and then you talk about vacuum form the case or vacuum form the plastic around this. Okay, and then you take on that's the case construction. Okay, so you got the mold. Stop throwing things. You got the mold, you got the vacuum forming. Trim off the excess plastic off the side. Do a little bit of sanding. Yeah, all of that you can fill up around the side. One drawing you can fill all the. So when it says notes and sketches, so you can do one or two sketch with lots of notes. You can get away with it.
So for this case design question, we just have to talk about the mold.
Talk about the mold. How are you going to construct it?
And would you talk about the plastic it's going to be made of? Yeah.
No, you just got to name it.
Okay.
High impact polystyrene.
Yeah, all you got to do is well,
So what about?
talk about if you want to go into more.
So you talk about it's made by injection molding.
No,
Nah, you don't get marks right now.
What do you say?
because if you're going to go vacuum forming, injection
polystyrene.
molding is something totally different. You won't be able to do injection molding here. We haven't got injection mold. You talk about experience of what you have. You have vacuum forming machine, you got the vacuum forming plastic, and you've already done vacuum forming.
So what about inside the case though?
Inside the case, this is going to be hollow when you finish, you jackass.
Alright.
Look at it, pick up the case from over there
Alright.
on the desk.
Get the case. Get the case.
That project.
Huh? No.
Just bring us that case. Right, if you look at this, okay, that's hollow inside because the wooden block has come out, so it's left you hollow. Yeah, so those holes, if you made marks for them, they would be already there for you to drill. Only these you need to mark out because we can't vacuum. So also now, what you got to do is do this then. So you got the wooden base, and then talk about the circuit being mounted on it.
Oh, and you talk about battery clips, don't you?
Yeah, so the circuit board is on the clips, yeah? Our circuit board is on the clips, so give it a little bit of a height.
To show it's mounted.
So show us the board. Yeah, so spell columns.
CO.
COLU MNS columns to secure
PCB.
PCB because they ask you how you're going to secure it, so you use those columns. You remember those feet that you use? Okay, don't stick it down with the double-sided tape, because if you stick it down with the double-sided tape, you can't take it off to check, you know, for inspection purposes. How are you going to connect the battery? You remember I showed you those little white clips that came off the conduits?
Yeah.
Like the U shape.
Oh yeah.
You know like this conduit going down, yeah? But on a smaller scale, about 25 millimeters. And then,
I think the mosque scheme says permanent battery clips, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So what happens is the battery clips are slides into the battery slides into there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you double-sided tape it down, you're gonna have problem to take that battery off. You're in a hurry. When you come to do repair, you don't want to be spending time messing about. You just want to be able to unclip the battery, undo the wire, put it new one in, and that's it. Yeah, that's how you're gonna connect the battery up to it. Okay, and the others. So you got the board there, and then you got sort of wires coming off. These are known as the off-board wires. And if you want to, now, you see the way how you got this at an angle? So that shows you, like,
Do you have to write the sizes?
Dimensions, as you get marked dimensions.
if you want to, you can. Okay, so that's now showing you the inside of the case.
Like case when engine stands on.
Yeah, that's so you've just like tilted it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got the case slightly tilted. You got the base. So
Asymmetric.
that's the baseboard. Baseboard. To be screwed. Baseboard to be screwed to the case. Bit like this is, if you look at this, you know, when we put this one was screwed down like this. What he did was he screwed down from there. Yeah, a lot of us, we screwed ours from the sides. Yeah, it doesn't matter, as long as you, so that's, and everything, nothing can be loose in there, so when you shake it, there shouldn't be anything shaking.
Rattling.
Everything should be nice and solid inside. Alright, what's the next? Here's the paper. So when you're answering this, you got to relate it to the question. Every time, relate to the question. So, location of input and output components. Output components are located, yeah, on the thing. So if I now look at this as a different sketch. Who's crying? Oh, flipping out, why? Oh, the thing is, if it had worked. Oh, the thing is this. I did give them a chance. They didn't want to stay with me, what can I say?
He cries every night.
He cries every night, I know.
Cries himself to
It's a
sleep.
shame, innit?
It's like
Cries himself to sleep. Mr. Miah, Mr. Miah, I miss you, Mr. Miah, I miss you. I hope you are taking
That wasn't.
not as.
Who would do
Right,
such a shape
okay.
for that?
So there's my thing, yeah? So vac form case. Vac form case with all sharp edges
Smoothing.
All sharp edges removed. Yeah, how am I going to put on the LEDs? So I've already got it marked there like so, yeah. So the LEDs would be like this, circle, 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 and then put another bit of a circle.
To make it look 3D.
Yeah,
What?
LEDs, yeah.
Input components.
And then if you want the switch, so this is known as output components. So if you output components, underline it, job done. Input components, so two ways. The easiest one, would you like to do this, sir? Right, if you're going to do like a slide switch, easy peasy. Yeah, slide switch. There, there, there.
So would the examiners mind if you do like sketches with lots of lines instead of one clean line?
Don't mind.
Oh.
But it's the tidier it is,
Like
the
a
better they
flaky
can
line.
see it.
I
Yeah?
think they're called ruler, you know.
Mm. Oh yeah, so can we use a ruler?
Yeah.
If it's good enough to me, don't need one.
Slide switch. Yeah. Output, input component. Input component. So you can put output switch to act as a arm
Does it show
Arm.
the process?
the circuit.
Big switch.
So, can you see? We not just got the sketch there. We've got a lot of annotation going around the side. That question is going to take you time to do. So you got to gain as much time as you can from the other easy peasy questions. You know, the calculation questions.
Yeah.
Because the calculation questions, all you got to do is work out which formula is needed. Bring the formula, put the formula down. Get the values that's in your question, put it in and substitute those values in.
Get the right unit.
Put this stuff into the calculator, the answer comes out, and make sure when you put the answer in, put the units in. Okay? So that's that. So the next thing it says, visually appealing. I think if we put a bit of, get this, just to, you know.
Logo. Mark scheme says logo.
Solid line.
Mark scheme says put logo to make it.
Because when you're
You don't
drawing
have to.
yours,
Put dimensions instead.
when you're drawing yours, shut up you. When you're drawing yours, because you're going to be using the ruler, I just did it by hand. So just use this base, just to show that this drawing is standing out, is sitting on something, gives you that effect. If you got a felt tip pen,
Eyeliner.
yeah, no, thicky, get me a thicky marker from the bottom
Sharpie.
there. Yeah, on the floor down there, that's it. If you do this, it also shows up, yeah? It tells the examiner you know exactly what you are doing.
And if you don't finish, you can look at what you were meant
Yeah.
to do.
So there, you can do this. Taken a couple of lines for sketch, just made you stand out.
I'm gonna cut that part out.
I'm gonna cut that part out. Right, the next thing it says, features to make sure the product is hygienic. So you talk about, yeah, no, talk about the materials used. Material used
High impact polystyrene.
would be, yeah. So MDF we said there for the MDF is easy to shape than normal wood because there's no grain, so it's easier to shape and everything else. And just a bit of sandpaper, you shape it up. If you got normal wood, you got the grains and everything else to take into consideration. Here, hip made from. If you can put hip or high impact polystyrene, yeah, and also mention this is easy to clean,
That's hygiene.
yeah. So it's got hygiene. So you're covering that hygienic stuff. Show how the battery and the cage is changing the. So you're talking about splitting the thing up so that the. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you know, for each bullet point, do you reckon we should include two things?
You can do if you want to. But so if you want to, each of those bullet points, you want to attack each of those bullet points for that question.
Examiner.
Then you can't go wrong.
Yep.
You can't go wrong. So attack it. Okay. The next part of the question now is another bit of sketch drawing. Choose.
So do you need to draw them out for the question?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Ready? You've done this circuit before. Watch this. Chup kar tu. Start off. The line is already underneath. So use the line, but you're going to do yours with the ruler anyway. Right. So switch. So I've got that 9V battery,
Polarized, you put the stress sign.
SW1, right, then
There's a fuse.
Yeah, it's a fuse because there's a line going
Capacitor.
non-electrolytic.
no,
Electrolytic.
these are
Normal capacitor.
these are
Non-polarized.
these are
I
your
mean that the non-electrolytic.
these are your resistors,
Potential divider.
potential divide, yeah. So just say about 10k, 10k, 10 UF, yeah.
So that would be 4.5.
That's just 5.
So would that be 4.5 volts?
Right, there to there,
Or is it? Wait, is that?
one down to the ground. Right,
Info and 8
To the top.
So do you draw it as in how
In
it would
five
be
down.
with it?
yeah.
Right.
That's what's.
So just to so that I can get flashing LEDs.
It has to be
You've
That's
done
stable.
this already.
stable.
Yeah, so from the end of the resistor it goes to the top of that one.
So I thought you said use a decade count for flashing.
Well, we went for that, you know, it says choose one.
Yeah.
So I've chose the
Five,
bottom
five, five, five.
of the thing is,
Oh. Okay.
yeah? So, from the bottom of this one to the top of that one, from the bottom of this one to the top of that one, and the bottom of this one, bring to ground. Yeah? So there, so you are gonna draw yours, shut up, you're gonna draw yours with the ruler, and yours is gonna be far better than mine.
No.
Yes,
Okay,
it will. Come on, be positive.
yeah,
Try.
make sure, put
So bring
the,
false hope.
yeah,
I know.
330 resistor, 555 timer, 4, 8, 7, and 2 and 6 are connected.
Yeah. You put
The
him
cloud.
6, 2, 1,
5.
3,
No one likes 5.
5 isn't used. Yeah, so there's your circuit. You just explained what's happening in the circuit. Here, I've tried to explain. So it says detail of the input, process, and output. Input is here, process is there, output is there. So you can, you know, the dotted lines. I showed you how to use the dotted line.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, input, process, output. Quality of communication. When you've done yours, you'd have done it with pencil, ruler. Yours would be a lot nicer than mine. Yeah? Getting 8 marks for that question is easy enough.
Get to the next.
Because the thing is this, he's giving you the choice. He says use one of your chosen thing. So you choose the one which is more convenient for you to draw. Alright, describe method of testing and evaluating the product for effectiveness and so how are you going to test your product? It says describe a method of testing
that's what this
and
is.
evaluating.
You need to give it to people and see how they find it.
So that's one testing.
Multimeter.
Yeah, no, that's one testing. So that's end product testing. So you talk about if it's an end product testing, we would go back to the
Like a
client
survey.
and no, go back to the client. Client you're designing for.
Okay.
Go back to client and ask client opinion. Yeah?